Good evening, where to stand here. Fellow Toastmasters and honored guest, I'm excited to get this party started and kick off my Toastmasters inaugural speech. I definitely can identify with loquacious. As I was writing the speech and trying to keep within the time limit, I thought about an artist painting a picture. This is constantly adding and detracting, and at times completely painting over the canvas and starting anew. And the speech seemed to flow particularly well when I was out jogging yesterday on the mountain, and I was reciting the speech to myself out loud. No one was around until I came up on some hikers and realized they didn't have those stereotypical iPhone white wires hanging down, so obviously they were wondering, talking to myself. And Aaron's trench coat costume also came to mind. I thought about wearing my exercise clothes and actually jogging in place while I was doing my speech. Fortunately for all of you, that was a fleeting thought. It's not going to happen. I'm going to be jogging in my sandals. To commence, I think that my name is an obvious place to start. My name, Mira, which is based on a family name, has often caused a perplexed reaction when I'm introducing myself, especially to those that know that the verb mirar is to look. So people question, why would you be named that? My first trip to Mexico, I felt like I had whiplash because my head was constantly turning every time I heard Mira, Mira. I was looking around to see who knew me and was calling my name. Heard Mira, Mira on the wall quite a few times, and it seems that Mira Sorvino has not quite reached that level of fame to make my name common. But tonight I would like to focus on three main topics that have significantly shaped my life, me as a person. The first is family and friends. The second is health and wellness, and the third is nature, being in the outdoors. So the first one, friends and family, my connections with those closest to me is what I cherish, treasure the most. And I think that this is something that's instilled innately and then also is enhanced as you go throughout your lifetime. One particular incident occurred when I was in high school. A kindergarten friend of mine had said goodbye to her dad one morning, casually, and by that evening had learned tragically that he had passed away unexpectedly, and I was there when she found out the news. So this had a tremendous impact on me, and she emphasized how important it was to keep in close contact with your family and to express how much you love them, even when you're upset with them. Something very obvious to all of us, but it really just made an impact. And so to this day, I really make an effort to be in contact with my friends and my family members. However, my family members are all here. Marin in San Francisco, so it's a little easier to be in touch. My parents, siblings, and niece and nephews. Ling Ling's table topics the other day, the topic of friendships, particularly resonated with me. So this time of Facebook, everyone's thinking they're continuing their friendships through Facebook, but I really feel that it's the face-to-face time, the time that you're engaging in person, that really adds to the richness and fulfillment in your life, which many of us, I'm sure, can agree with. So secondly is the topic of health and wellness. I was raised by parents that were early adopters of the Peace, Love, and Granola era. Not the hippie drug scene part, but the nutritious food and exercise. And initially I rebelled against this really very rigid, no sugar, no meat, red meat, and almost no fun household. So I'd go to my friends' homes and I would just gorge myself with junk food as much as I can get my hands on. But eventually the health message set in, and I proceeded to go to UC Davis, study nutrition, and become a registered dietitian. My focus has been on mind-body nutrition, the psychology of eating, about creating balance and awareness about your body self-image and how we eat, why we eat, not necessarily so much what we eat. I find it fascinating things like the state of your body, whether you are relaxed or stressed, can make a difference in how well you utilize your nutrients. So if you're stressed or you're walking while you're eating, driving your car, you actually are not, you've eaten the healthiest food but not metabolizing your food as properly. So I think that's interesting. Something that I strive for every day is to try to be healthy, and it's a challenge, but also can be really obviously beneficial, and enjoy helping others try to derive that for themselves as well. And thirdly is I didn't notice the time, that's okay. Thirdly is my experience with nature. That's okay. This is good because I am loquacious, so sorry to all of you. The third is my experience that I've had being outdoors. When I was young, I was taken on, it seemed like zillions of camping and hiking trips to almost every national state park that existed. The mode of transportation was often my dad's yellow and brown paneled Chevy Chase National Lampoon vacation station wagon, any of you? Had that lingering odor of rotting bananas. But along the way, I developed this strong appreciation for the aesthetics around us, the simple beauty, the reflections in the water, the lighting in the trees, and most recently of sunsets. I was living down in Cardiff, Encinitas, which they will know. It's about 20 minutes north of San Diego, this quintessential beach town where everyone lives and breathes for the surf. And they drop everything when it's sunset and race out to the beach and just take in this mesmerizing, beautiful display of art in the sky. Actually, just, really almost like eating dessert. It's very seductive. So I became known on Facebook for the sunset photographer until my brother begged me to stop posting so many sunset pictures because he was living in the fog-drenched part of San Francisco. Didn't find it very amusing. Luckily for me, I have nieces and nephews, and they've taken on this appreciation of sunsets. And the other day when we had the double rainbow, my niece actually had noticed, I kind of saw some color in the sky, but we were distracted, and all of a sudden she screamed, "Sunsets!" And so we all ran out, and had it not been for her, I went to see the rainbow in the sunset, so that was awesome. And to close, I think I'm about there, I thought it was an appropriate night to christen my first official Toastmaster speech, as it is the eve of my 44th birthday. And hopefully another reason to celebrate in this speech. We'll see with my evaluation afterwards. And I've always been young at heart, and I brought the bubbles to prove it. See if these work. In my 40s, I've tried surfing and paddleboarding, now public speaking, and have many more adventures to embark on. Hopefully more speeches, and I appreciate you listening to this icebreaker speech. And if you want something icy on this warm Indian summer night, I've brought some refreshments in the back. And thank you. Cheers.